to me about your book. I know you actually dropped
Woo!
a book.
So, wait, say that again because the computer just kind of did.
When am I back? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good. There's a little delay on your end, though.
No, I was saying, talk to us about your book.
Oh my gosh. I released the book last year on my birthday. It's called I Regret the Day I Lost My Virginity. You Are Not Your Past. And it's just a book that basically chronicles my journey from being a young girl and experiencing being molested and, you know, my first love and just being that stupid young girl for guys and all of the things that I felt as a young girl that held me in bondage as an adult. Because once you transition to an adult, you start wishing you could just take some things back and rearrange some things and do some things over. And I realized that you can't do things over. Sometimes you don't get a second chance to do something, you know, that you did one time. So, and I've come to terms with that. So I wanted to write a book just to kind of free myself of everything that held me in bondage just growing up. And that book is definitely, if you want to know Lelee as a young girl and why things happened the way it did, it'll definitely inspire you to just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, because we don't have a lot of people out here who's going to show us the way. Sometimes we go through some things in life and we feel like we want to commit suicide. We don't want to be here anymore. I was there. I was at that point where I didn't even want to see people. I didn't give a damn about celebrity. I didn't give a damn about fans. I didn't give a damn about my group. Nothing mattered to me. This industry was like, as long as I just killed myself, I could free myself of all of the bullshit that I had to endure. And then you wake up. Once you don't commit to that, you wake up and realize, why would I have been so selfish? Why would I allow people to control my journey? And that's what a lot of us do. A lot of young girls, we depend on boyfriends to tell us how beautiful we are. You got to wake up in the morning and feel that shit. Like, you got to feel beautiful. Don't wait for no, because I'm telling you, people, honey, they will put your ass in a grave. In a grave. And you know what's going to happen? While we're so depressed and sad and ready to kill ourselves, guess what they doing? They going on with their lives. They are unbothered by you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that book is about. And I talk about, you know, a lot of things that happened in my life where you probably would have thought it would have been some of the happier times in my life, but it really was the times that was really sad. I would always cry a lot, you know. And then once I open the door or once I go to a meet and greet, I'm smiling and I'm putting on a face. But once I get in my room, I'm sad and ready to die, you know? So it's just, it's my journey. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it. And it just shows you how to grow from people, like how to love yourself in spite of everything that's going on around you, everything that's going on around you. Because a lot of times we become consumed with what everybody else is doing. Like I said earlier, we desire to have somebody else's life. Jealousy is very prevalent out there right now. You know, when there's power in numbers. You know what I mean? Instead of us hating on each other, we can create a dynasty if we just come together and put our heads together and make this shit happen.
But why is it that there is so much division instead of all of us coming together? What is the problem that keeps us separate?
Because we always inspire to have somebody else's life. We always want what somebody have. We always want what we don't have. And we're not thinking that, wow, if I do this, if I run this play, I can get this. If I do it this way, I can have this. No, we want to take it from somebody else, or we don't want them to have it, period. So a lot of this stuff is personal. We have to look into ourselves and look and do a self-evaluation and just be real with ourselves. Like, what kind of person am I really?
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of times we put a name on other people just because, you know, they telling you the truth. And then so we try to defame them when it's really us. So we get a whole bunch of cheerleaders to come in and be on our team. So now we hating on this one person who only said what was the truth. So we hating on them for what? Instead of accepting what they're saying or trying to figure out like, wow, you know, is there any truth to what was just said to me? You know, so I think, you know, it's just a matter of doing a self-evaluation and realizing, you know, what kind of energy you're putting out there. I have to do it to myself. I have to say to myself, you know, you a cool chick, but you did some foul shit. You know, so I accepted my punishment. Like things would just happen to me that's bad. And I'm like, God, I get it now. Like I get the memo now. Am I done paying for this? You know what I'm saying? Like I did it to myself. So, I mean.
So I heard you actually made a comment somewhere that says that you are not defined by all the mistakes that you've made. And, you know, and this book was kind of you making all your mistakes and then kind of having a second chance to live life.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us about that and just your revelation that you felt when you actually made that statement.
Well, you know, when we in life, we do things that we really wish we wouldn't have done. We've dated people that we wish we shouldn't have dated, that we know we shouldn't have dated. But sometimes certain circumstances have you doing certain things. I talk about everything in this book. I talk about this one time when, you know, I was my mother was about to get put out and I was actually going to go on the street and sell my body. Like this is some real shit. Like I'm not even talking about no superstar. This ain't got shit to do with no superstar, nothing, because my life back then was terrible. And that's why I always tell the story whenever I get a chance, because I know I am a witness of how music can definitely save your life. You have to find that one thing that you connect with and let that be that very thing that take you away from everything that make you feel like wanting to kill yourself. Even sometimes you got to remove yourself from your mom and your dad because sometimes they could be your negative energy. But you don't have a choice because you don't have a pot to piss in. You're under their roof, but you have to find your space and create that space for you. Sometimes that space may be in the backyard. You bring your radio, you listen to your headphones, look at some performances on YouTube or whatever it is, motivational speaking, whatever that is for you. Disconnect yourself to things that are making you feel toxic. I'm telling you, we see this shit all the time. People are killing themselves doing retarded stuff. And we looking at them like, okay, what did I miss? What is really going on? Because we're not doing self-evaluations. We're not being honest with each other. We're not telling each other the truth. Like, hey, boo, you going the wrong route. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. We're kissing ass. We're doing everything we're not supposed to do. You know, we're not saving each other. You know, we talking about each other so bad, and we're putting now, it's like, you know, public social media, that people get on social media that don't even really like. They never really had a social media account because they know they're going to see somebody's business on there and they get a high from that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? People go so far as taking their own life on social media because people want attention.